Hi friends, back with another video. The build a stable model in HRAS part 4, how to effectively model the ineffective area. So this one is the post processing modification which you need to perform after simulating the first trial, and thereafter the in some cases along the cross section in the 1D model there can be some neighboring pond or a lake or some depression valley, so having the elevation much below the main channel elevation. So in that case we need to do some modification by assigning it as ineffective area. So let me illustrate this in the next slide. Now come to the cross section. So if you look at this, so this one is the main channel, here to here is the main channel, and this one is this bank station. Is also left bank station and the right bank station. If you look at the right over bank, there are some depression is there. So depression is much lower than the main channel depression, and this could be either valley or a pond residing in on neighboring to the river or a creek. And when we perform our our flow analysis, so suppose the flow is taking place somewhere here up to this water surface elevation, and it will accumulate to the neighboring cross section too, because the HECRAS assumes that, so the this whole part is uh, a dividing structure or something like that. So that's why the flow occurs on the neighboring stations, on the neighboring depression along this cross section. So in that case if you perform your simulation, it won't give you the correct or the right hydraulic parameters of the river cross section. So in that case we need to make this cross section we need to make this cross section as ineffective. So we need to make this cross section ineffective up to this height. So when the flow over take place above this height, so this ineffective area will be considered as effective. All right, so this one is the effective area when the flow take place above this assigned ineffective point. All right, so if you look at this here somewhere, if I show you the typical when we perform this so yeah, if you look at this slide, so if you look at this, so this one is the main channel, and these are the bank stations, and this one is the neighboring depression, some depression, either it may be pond or something like that. Same, you can see there are some flow which actually should not be, unless this whole part is a division structure which is actually designed on the site. So in that case it is actually, it shouldn't be possible, because the flow should take place up to here, thereafter the flow should take place at this point, right? So we need to make this as such a way that we should make this area as ineffective area. Till this up to this height we should make this cross section for this section part of this cross section as ineffective. Similarly for this for the left hand side, up to this side we need to make this cross section as ineffective, so that we get the right hydraulic output for this cross section. So now move to the HECRAS and perform this with the cross section. And first we run the model with the normal, without assigning any cross sections, without assigning effective area on, and thereafter we will fix this depression cross section with which we assign as ineffective area, and right after that we will run the model with modified geometrical modification, that is by assigning the ineffective area cross section. All right, so here I have the river ridge. These are these cross sections. So if you look at this, so I have previously run the model, so without any geometrical modification. So you can see there are some flow taking place accumulated on the neighboring depressions along the cross section. Even if you look at this, here also some flow accumulated, which actually shouldn't be unless these are the designed divisional structure uh, along that cross section, so which is actually not. So it is just a terrain. So in that case we need to make the geometrical modification here. So how can we make that? Just move to this options. In the options, assign the ineffective area, ineffective flow areas. Before that we need to know these points. So I will assign the topmost elevation near the bank for the ineffective area station. So for the right over bank, options, ineffective flow area. So it is the right bank, right? So this one is the right over bank. So this one is, so you need to assign that here. So 424.4, and the uh, elevation is 12.26. Okay, do not make it do not check do not click on permanent unless you permanently want this this area, this section as the ineffective area. So we just temporarily want this yeah, section part of this section to be ineffective. When flow takes place above this ineffective point, so then this part of the section will be effective. Okay, okay, so we now you can see, so the section has become ineffective. So no flow will take place on this on this section. Okay, apply the data. Similarly, if you see on the left bank, there are also same here. So there are some depressions are there. So we need to do the same method here. So find the highest elevation here. So this one is the highest elevation. Now this one is, I think, yeah, this one is the highest elevation. So same as earlier. So this one comes on the left bank side, right? So it's the left station. Station name is 198.1, and the height is 128.33. Right. Whatever the correct. So now you can see uh, you can see this staggering lines. You can see these staggering lines, so which indicating these are already assigned as ineffective areas. Similarly, check out for other cross sections. So if you look at here, here also some flow is taking place on the neighboring depression. So assign the highest bank station points or near the bank line. So what are the highest station? So this one is should be ineffective area for the leftover bank. Right. Okay. 151.4. 1286.98. Okay, so I have assigned it as ineffective area full float. Similarly, check for other cross sections. So here there are some issues. So if you closely look at this, actually the flow shouldn't take place at this section and at this section. So we need to assign this both part of this river cross section as ineffective. So if you select this here, all right, so it comes on right hand direction, right over bank. So assign the station and the elevation 1287.7. Okay, for the left over bank apply, sorry, right over bank. For the left over bank, the highest elevation comes at somewhere here. So yes, assign the stations 134.7 into 87.73 1287.73. All right, correct. Yes. So we have assigned this area as this part of this cross section as ineffective. So when on the left over bank, sorry, on the right over bank, when the flow takes place above this section, above this ineffective station, this one is ineffective station, then the flow will takes place on this right hand side, and similarly for the left hand side also same. So when the left hand side, when the flow takes place above this section, then there will be flow on the this side will be termed as the effective flow. All right, check for, so all the cross sections are modified. All right, now close this, save your geometrical modification, save this and save here on the outer, and run your model. All right, so taking so it is taking few times. Yes, we did it. So now here is the modified cross section. So if you look at here, these ineffective cross sections are not contributing to the actual flow. So if you want to know about that, so let's check out that in this outer. If you come to this, if you look at this cross section, so this is the okay. So use this icon, that is the control icon. If you if you press the control icon, you will get this measurement tool. So if I click on the one side and drag it to another side, so I will get the approximate flow length. Okay, so approximate flow length is 145.14. All right, and these are the ineffective areas. So when we have performed earlier without this yeah, ineffective areas, so this the additional area has been also accumulated in this hydraulic calculation. So now we have made it the we may, now we have isolated the ineffective areas. So now if you look at, so it is showing 145 approximate, so we will get the accurate value of the flow width, that's top width, in the hydraulic table. So now if you look at this here, so this one is the top width, so it is overall top width, so we need to get the actual top width. So for that, uh, uh, define table, define table. So it is to overall top width, so we need to get the actual top width. So this one is here, uh, top width, top width actual, insert top width, uh, so this one is the actual top width. We need to assign. Yes. So now we have assigned the actual top width. Okay, now select OK. So now we get the actual top width. So if you look at this here, so this one is the actual top width used in the calculation. This one is the overall top width. Overall top width means the width including the ineffective area, that is the width which we came earlier. So these are the width which we, the top width which we got in the earlier before assigning the ineffective area. This one is the top width, actual top width without considering the ineffective area. This top width is actually contributing to the flow. All right, so thank you for watching.